Okay, so we are live.
All
And
right.
hi, hi, everyone. And thank you all so much for being patient with us. So, the live is scheduled to talk about living in Australia and is Australia worth it? And so today I have a guest who would tell us everything that we need to know. So if you have any questions, please start putting them in the comment section. She's very knowledgeable about this. She's very vast. She has experienced it as well. Yes, and she has experienced it as well. So please do ask all of your questions. I'm just going to share the live on my social media platforms if that's okay, and then we can start off from there. Thank you. Okay, so we are back, and thank you all so much for being very, very patient with us. I'm going to give our guest the floor to introduce herself. She is somebody that we term mentor. She's very, oh my God, you will learn a lot in today's video. And she has a YouTube channel as well, guys. I will leave all of her details in the description box and in the comment section as well. Please do well to subscribe to her channel and to mine. Like our content, share it to friends and family members and people that you know they would find value from whatever it is that you are watching. Share it to people too. So let's give Mentor Shade the floor to introduce herself and then we can take it up from there. So please, esteemed guest, can you please tell us about introduce yourself to us, please?
Yeah, thank you, Mercy, and family members everywhere around the world. Good morning from this side of the divide.
It is good morning.
So it's 5:39 a.m. of 29th November. And I'm very, very sorry for keeping you waiting. In fact, I would say it's the very first time I would miss the zonal calculation things. In my head, I used to think I'm the master of the zone time changes and calculations. But now, today, that's extreme surety or sureness just failed me woefully. I'm really, really very sorry. So my name is Folashade Akiemi, and Mercy and some other people do call me Mentor Shade. I'm a lover of Australia. Everything Australia, starting from the snakes that you guys fear so much. I love them. Like, because of those snakes, in fact, I zeroed my mind that Australia is a must go for me to live in. Unfortunately, I've been disappointed again. Since I've been here more than 3 months, I haven't set my eyes on any live snakes. I've seen snakes displayed in my neighbor's household. Like, they use snakes, they put snakes everywhere here and there, toy snakes. And the grandma said she was using those things to scare away the birds or whatsoever she was scaring away. But yeah, Australia, whatever you are happy to know, please do type in the question box. Then we're going to address them fully. And if you still want me back here, I will try as much as possible to see that the time this time around doesn't fail us. I'm really so sorry. And yeah, let's have questions. Mercy, what would you want me to, everything you want me to talk about?
I think the number one question I want to ask is it worth it? Is it worth moving to Australia? So take for example,
Mm.
you've just moved from the UK to Australia, and with your short duration in Australia, is it worth the move? Should I be considering moving to Australia?
So, like, I will not try to convince you. I will share my experience and then you can pick lessons as you go along.
Yeah.
Because why I won't convince people is this: if you say it is this for you, maybe because of your personality, because of your life experiences, because of your desire, which may not align with other people's desire, they may
Mm-hmm.
come along and feel, oh, I wouldn't have. But
Yeah.
what I've tasted, what I've heard about, and I've tasted so far, and how I'm rating the whole experience are the things I'm going to share with you. And you can pick your lessons from there to make a decision on coming. And if you are coming, you can then program yourself to fit into some areas that are not quite comfortable for me at the moment. But overall, I would say if I put the worthiness on a scale of 100, for me personally, because of my desire, because of my experience, because of my personality, I would say maybe I'm about 99.75% happy with everything that is happening to me right now in Australia. And I so mean it with the whole of my heart. Why am I saying this? It's a vision I've pursued for more than 10 years. And honestly, I've been on chasing Australia since 2008 or 9, or maybe before that time. So eventually, when it came to pass, you know that I'll be very, very, very glad. And I'm not the only one. Someone just got 189 nomination not long ago. He was sharing with me on Sunday. He too, we've been on the journey together. We came across each other on a platform in 2015, and he just got his nomination. And you know, he's in already as a student, but he just got his 189 visa nomination. You need to see how glad both of us were. Now, when it comes to life, calmness, ease of life, ease of achievement, ease of attainment of goals, Australia is one country you can be very sure you will never, never be disappointed in the goal you set for yourself to achieve.
Okay.
Time may drag a bit, but if you stay focused, you actually achieve everything. Now, um, weather-wise, that was the first thing that attracted me to Australia. Weather is quite lovely. See what you are wearing now, and I'm sure maybe you have heater somewhere around. And me, we operated AC overnight, and you see occasionally with your AC, you put on the fan so that
Mhm.
you get pull up. We know they do this kind of thing. I don't know, your head warmer, that's head warmer, no be fashion. If you do inside house and you still they wear head warmer, you want tell me say na fashion. And I'm going to chill that overnight,
Okay.
because it's quite warm. The weather is warm. We do get to 37, 38, and that's one of the things I've desired so much. I'm someone who is very, very, I don't like cold. I'm not allergic to cold, but I just don't like it. So the
Mm.
weather is very, very welcoming. It's warm around there. They have their cold time, but even when we came and I was still shouting that it was cold, I knew how cold it was in the UK before I came. So weather is very compliant with our type of Nigeria weather, and it's lovely. With that kind of weather, you can do so many things without fear. You can throw
Mhm.
parties on open fields. You can go to the park and throw parties, and people go to the park here. They roast corn. They do barbecue in their parks. In fact, when you get to the park, one of the things you will first see would be their barbecue machine there. So
So that
it's Yeah,
That's
so it's very, very good for me. I can't see that. Maybe Messi will read for me so that I can answer that.
that's
Salary wise is good for my level without adding those superannuations, without adding the extras. If I put my salary, what you have on the website that you can see outside there, that you say, okay, someone is a band, is a level one, step eight nurse, or level eight nurse, whatever they want to call it, level one, grade eight nurse. um the salary you see on most websites, if you're searching for Australian nurses salary, will be like 98,000 Australian dollars for me, which will come to, no, because we are now talking about the UK and Australia now. We are not dragging anything, but just to use it as yardstick, because that was where I worked last and I'm majoring together. So it will be like £50,000 per annum, and I'm sure it's conveniently some band seven nurses salary in the UK. Maybe the new salary, not even the old one now.
yeah.
So, and that's before you add anything on social hours, maybe when you work late shifts or you work night shifts or you work on bank holidays, that's before you add them. Food wise, I think Australia food tastes better than what I've eaten in the UK. I ordered fish and chips last week, Saturday. We were outside the town. And by the time they even gave me the chips and fish and chips, the way the thing big, I mean, 20 dollars. I'm sure I couldn't have bought that for £15 in the UK. I couldn't have maybe more than £20 sef in the UK. And it was so fresh and it tasted so nicely. Despite that I said I did, should not even add salt. I was
Yeah.
telling my husband when we've driven like 15 minutes, Arakuni, maybe we turn back and buy more. To
I
be factual, I never tasted food so tasty like that in the UK. They are very good with their acts. Talk of child bearing, child caring, child bearing, very compliant set of people, because we have a portion of labor units in my hospital. The way they will be doing paparazzi around, even like you don't deliver for UK, even see a second day, they not they discharge you. These people then deliver normal delivery, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, no complications. So we still have patients on the mother and the mother. They will be feeding on our neck. Everybody will be happy. The way we even be doing the handover, that there is a patient and a baby, a bobo, a bob and a mom in the maternity. You'll be feeling yourself, say, okay, I'll be woman when someone cherish, when I give birth.
yeah.
It's that beautiful. It's that interesting. We are not too many, so it's easy to focus on everybody, to give
Yeah.
attention to everybody, which I think having so many people in the UK, like everybody not was saying it not long ago, it's now affecting us one way or the other. But all in all, there will still be the parts that some people don't like. It's far from everywhere, but I love adventure. So
Mm,
the time I may not really like was being in the airplane. I don't like being in the airplane, but every other thing that is long, the trip is long. I love it. So if you don't love long trip, you will not like it. But then I love how lengthy the trip was. It was quite interesting. Talk of beauty. You need to see the terrain. No matter how moody you are, no matter how depressed you are, you see natural habitats. As in, you are still looking forward, playing ground, meters away. You
mm.
still savoring the beauty of lush vegetations. Australia is that blessed. As in,
And
Australia
houses
is,
are bigger. You have space in your houses.
oh, houses are bigger now. In my house is a 4 bedroom that they gave to me and my family, and it's free for the first 3 months. Then after that, we'll be paying half of the fee for 12 months. And I make bold to say it that the place I call my sitting room will conveniently occupy maybe UK's 2 bedroom house. The way they used to do that, up and down. We conveniently fit that in. The place I call my sitting room, the place I call my sitting room. Maybe you can have a glimpse. So I'm not completely in one end. Maybe you can see one end.
Wow.
You can see one end there. And please, I'm still not conveniently at one end where I am. So that's my sitting room from a particular angle. So they have, and I have people around me that their sitting rooms are still larger,
Mm.
wider and bigger than this in this area. Yeah. Talk of how people welcome you. These people are very, very warm. Someone just came less than a month ago, and when they came, the person went to usher them in to welcome them was actually our facility manager, the overall head of my hospital. That was the person who went to welcome them. And the mama would be over 70 years. And he just went to the husband of the person, the father of the house, and hugged him. And the man was telling me that I've spent over 3 years in the UK. No national hugged me.
Huh.
No national hugged me.
Wow.
I, so they are very, very warm, lovely, caring. Yeah,
Yeah.
colleagues at work, very supportive. Of course, there are days of there are mad behaviors everywhere, and you should be able to fit into that anytime, any day. So it's
Mm.
part of everybody. Even me too. When I display my madness, they know, they understand that this one maybe she's passing through premenopausal.
Okay. We have
Yeah,
like a number of questions. Let's go through them and we would see what we can answer. So the
yeah.
man said, please Shade, tell us on the best visa to migrate to Australia with today, both from the UK and Nigeria, or maybe from any other part of the world.
All right. So, as much as I will want to say this is the best, I
Mm-hmm.
would still advise that if you see anything and your age is not very close to 45 and you are thinking of coming, just clinch it, come. You will now get yourself, like if the opportunity presents itself now, come, you will get yourself sorted. I will tell you why I'm saying that. Migration policies everywhere change. And Australia is one very mad country. The time they reduced, I mean, they opened the pathway that everybody was able to come in, that one day it was rainy. I was like, is this not the Australia I used to know? And I
Mm.
think it's because they cherish their country, they try to protect it. They're not like the UK that we just open for everybody. And because they are very comfortable, they have money, they are hardworking, their environment helps them too to
Yeah.
protect their wealth. So it's easier for them to be self-reliant. They are very self-reliant.
Mm.
So they need people that will come and help and make the economic progress, and you too making yourself comfortable in the process. You can want your money. Maybe you are comfortable, you are not comfortable. It's none of their concerns. But these people, as much as you are coming in, they want you to be comfortable because they know that's the comfort of their country. So they
Yeah.
change policy. In fact, there was a time before that COVID hit, their point calculation for visa had gone up to like 95, 110 for some occupations. So COVID came and they dragged it down to 65. They needed something
Yeah.
to change.
Yeah.
And you see now, points
It's
calculation
back
again
up. Yes.
is back up. So that's why I'm saying, as much as I will tell you how I love those visas in sequences, I will still say if you have anything you can come in with, please don't say mentor said it should be this visa. No, come first. Like my guy that got 189, he came here on student visa. The moment he came, they changed the rule now from 50 years. So once you are 35 years, you cannot apply for is it post study now or whatsoever.
Funny work
And he
visa.
was already getting to 36. And all our head were doing bang, 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 bang. How do we fix this? But let's see the way God will do it. Because with that student visa, you will be able to gain some points too that you add to your points
Mm-hmm.
here for studying in Australia and all that and all that. So that opened the pathway for him and he was able to get enough points. In fact, they pulled him into 189 with 75 points.
Mm.
What if he had not come on that student visa? But
Yeah.
then, his age was or is he very compliant with many things? So let me go this way. If you average supporting what you are doing, like you are still less than 40 years, you will have enough points. You are less than 45, you may be able to get enough points from regional nomination and all that. I will explain so you get it clearly. Visa 189 will be my best visa at any time that I will cancel anyone who can gain enough points to pursue. Why? It is the visa that when you get that, it's the federal government that is giving you the nomination based on merits of your age, years of experience, academic qualifications, your English language capability, your spouse English language capability, and possibly your spouse education and qualification and skill assessments too. You can gain all those points from those areas that are mentioned. So if you are able to get enough, as today, normally on government website, 65 is the point to pull visa 189 for some occupations. For some, it's gone up to like 75, 70, 80. They make their decisions on that. But you can pull all those points together and your role is on the platform. Then the visa guys, Department of Home Affairs, Immigration feels, oh, we need you, we need your skill, we need your experience, we need your qualification to fit into this. Then if you've amassed enough points to meet up to 65, 75, then they call you. We call it visa nomination. After you pull in your expression of interest, you would have created an account with imi.gov.au, and then you would have filled in your information, everything that I've mentioned, all that you have. Then they take you on that merit. When you come into Australia with visa 189, you can just choose any of the states that you want to stay in. So that gives you the opportunity to say, okay, people are saying Queensland is the state that is giving 30,000 naira for 30,000 Australian dollars. So people want to be first home buyers. And I have money that I've gained from my father, Dangote. I want to go and buy a house in Queensland, buy land because I want to buy the whole of Queensland. So you make your decision, you get into Queensland, nobody is dragging you. Or you feel, oh, they said Perth is very hot and I'm coming from Kano now. I've not lived in cold area before. So I want to go to the place that is very hot. So Darwin and Perth, that's where I want to go. You have the luxury of choosing anywhere. Or you want to still be wearing head warmer like my friend Messi. You want to go to Victoria. Yeah, Victoria is quite cold around. Tasmania too is cold.
Yeah.
You are able to choose because that visa gives you the opportunity to go to any of the states to reside in without having to fulfill any obligation to any state or to any employer or to any region, which is beautiful. But believe you me, anywhere you come into in Australia, you will enjoy it. Like the white people enjoy cigarettes, you will enjoy it. So that's my first go-to visa. First, anytime, any day. Because of and you can decide to this week.
I don't know what's happening. I think maybe we're having connection issues. We'd have a look and reconnect again. So we have quite a number of questions and we are having some connection issues, but we are learning a lot. I myself am learning a lot from what's going on. and she's going to join back again to continue with her wonderful explanation. So please just be patient with us. And I do apologize for the connection issues. And she's back. Welcome
I'm
back.
sorry. I don't know what's going wrong. Everything just became blank. Was that
I
because
also did not know what happened. That's fine.
I don't know because I was making fun of your head warmer? Oh no.
My God was fighting for me and I was holding my peace.
Yeah. So
Oh.
let's go right again. I'm sorry, people. I don't know what happened.
Mm, mm,
Honestly, I don't know what happened. Everything just went blank. So you have the luxury of choosing where you want to stay, and you can stay in a, and that's the way Australians go around. You can stay in a place this month and go elsewhere. Even the old people, they'll say, I want to go to so place, we want to leave this place, we want to, they are going everywhere because they have the
have the
opportunity.
luxury.
So
Yeah.
that is that. And that is, yeah, that's on visa 189. But all those characteristics you mentioned must be able to pull you into it.
Yeah.
And people are getting it. So don't be scared.
Mm,
I'm in a group where Pakistanis or Indians, even Afghanistans, they are getting these visas. And
wow.
so we should not limit ourselves to 186. I don't want this 186. We did not, many of us did not even know about this 186. So on
I don't think a lot of
brother
people know
Victor.
what visa 186 is. Maybe you should just explain what 186 is again. Maybe just tell them what 186.
God, Jen, what's going? What did you say, please?
I said not everybody know what visa 186 is. So maybe just say visa 186 is employer nominated visa, or visa 186 is so and so and so that whoever is listening would know what visa 186
You
is.
understand?
Mm.
Yeah, thank you. So we have another visa called visa. That's the one I would say I love most. Then the one I love after that is visa 190. Visa 190 is another permanent resident visa, and it's beautiful. It's a state that will nominate you for this visa. Let's say they need 75 points to pull you in. But by the time you pull everything together, your age, your years of experience, your academic qualifications, your English points, and everything, by the time you muzzle up everything, you were able to get just 70 points, and they are pulling people on 75 points. You will put in your expression of interest to all different states.
Mm.
And a state will say, oh, we love the skill of this person. We want this person to come to our state. Then they will nominate you. When they nominate you, they will add 5 points to your points. You know, you don't have enough points to
Yeah.
jump into this application. They will gift you 5 points to make it up to 75. Then that state gives you that visa nomination. When you come, you are morally obliged to stay in that state for 2 years. Stay in the state, work in the state, pay taxes to the state for your first 2 years. And when you fulfill your 2 years moral obligation, you can go anywhere in
Anywhere.
Australia.
Okay.
It's a beautiful visa because at least it's a state thing, and you can go around that state anywhere, stay in that state, stay in capital city, stay in regional city, stay in rural city, stay in rural areas, stay in rural. We have rural that are just like 500 people, 300 people. And we have everything that the people outside are having, maybe not in elaborate ways, but you have access to good road, you have access to electricity, you have access to internet, everything. So you may decide you may get that. I love it too because it still gives you the freedom of from employers. You can get any employer, you can do whatsoever you want to do. I love it. That's the second visa that I so much cherish. That's me. Now, another visa that I so much love is this visa 186, which is so beautiful. But the parts, it's just like that visa 189, visa 190, but it is your employer that will give you this visa this time around.
Okay.
And in that situation, they are not calculating your points.
Mm.
They base everything on your qualification and experience and the expertise you are bringing to their work environment. And so
Mm-hmm.
they give that to you. It's an employer nominated permanent residency visa. Once you get it, you're a permanent resident. Or you keep on living around this, live in Australia for 4 years, then get
Okay.
your citizenship. That is employer nominated visa 186. It has two streams. We have the direct entry stream, we have another one. So what I don't like about this visa is that normally you should stay with your employer. And you know, some employers with what year two has shown people in the UK, some employers may not be nice.
Mm.
Employers could be nice. But if employers are not nice, now their own headache with that. If they put everything into bringing someone to come and support them, and they turn around to be unkind to the person, I will not say that anyone should stay in a place where they are not happy to work. You
Mm-hmm.
can match the way. But it's actually not the best because
Mm-hmm.
normally, morally, sensibly,
Stay with them.
ethically, we should be able to stay true to the terms and conditions of
Mm.
our roles and employment. But that is if employer is not being mad, because nobody should make me crazy because you've given me now this visa. I should now stake my happiness. It won't happen. Oh. So if they are now challenging your happiness because it's a permanent residency visa, you can just carry your kaya,
Mm.
give them letters, I won't resign.
Mm.
And it's beautiful because it's already a permanent residency visa. Once it's PR, it is PR. You are not losing anything for leaving that employer. But some of us do not have that courage. We may not have that courage to leave, or we'll be feeling guilty. Person like me will be feeling guilty. My visa, people have been telling me you can go and live anywhere in the world. You can go and live anywhere in the world.
Hello.
But you are not living in Nigeria.
I'm so sorry, guys. We're having a little bit of connection issues. And yes, we're back.
So I don't know what's going on. Sorry,
I don't
people.
know.
In fact, they keep telling me to move closer to my router. My router is just there. That's what I'm touching. So I don't know what they want from me. But the devil don't fail. So that's that about visa 1886 too. It's a beautiful visa. All those visas I've told you about are permanent residence visas, and they are beautiful. Next one will be visa 491. 491 is a regional nominated visa. It's a region that will nominate you for this visa. This visa could help people who are close to 45. Because once you get closer, you mass up your points, you can't get close. A region, when you put in your expression of interest, we give you 15 points for you to get
Oh,
to where you may be able to be selected. So regions give 15 points.
okay. Okay.
And when we say region now, when you get that visa, you can live in any region in Australia. Any region, you are not just allowed to live in the capital cities like Melbourne. You can't live in Melbourne. You can't live in Sydney. You can't live in Brisbane. And which other big city can't you live in? I think about four big cities. And even there are places that are still states that you can even live. Even Adelaide, that is a capital city. Okay, you can't live in Australian Capital Territory. So even Adelaide, they still term it as region. Even pets, all those, pets is like our Niger Delta oil place. They still tag it as region. So if you get that visa 491, not 419, maybe nothing say with the thief people too for Australia. Once you get visa 491, it's a regional nominated visa. It means that region has gifted you, has given you 15 points to make up your points so you can reach that threshold where you can apply for visa. And you will live on that visa for 4 years. Then, you will live on that visa, you will live on it for 4 years. You are to live in regional area. after 4 years, you now apply for permanent residency.
Residency.
They
Okay.
have, is it visa, is it after living on that visa, after living on that PR visa for 1 year, you just apply for your citizenship.
Okay. Just quick question. Don Sparrow said, how long does it take when you apply for the federal or state nomination? Does it take 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months before you get nominated, or how long does it take?
So that will depend on how much they need you and what your points are, your occupation. Let me tell you the job that is raining now that some of us will not even put our mind into. All these handworks,
Okay.
like, yeah, all these construction works, because they need people to build houses.
Mm.
Fitters, fitter general, if you are a carpenter or joiner, all those things, they are raining. If you are a builder, maybe a bricklayer, all those things are raining. And you may be surprised that they are still nominating those people on 65 points till date.
Yeah. Yeah, because they need them, their points would be lower so that people can achieve it easily.
Yeah. So it now depends on when you enter the stream. Like for my own 190, my nomination took just 6 hours. Yeah, I was working night shift and they were just filling it for my husband and my friend. They filled the form, and I was to go for break, I think around 11 something. I went on break and I started that shift. I think I do start my shift at 8 p.m. So I went on break at 11. And when I was going for that break, my case officer reached out to me that I should send the account that I'm using, did a bank statement of the account that I'm using for day-to-day transactions. And I just went, I even just, sure I should use HSBC. I not go use it. I just went and used Monzo. I just downloaded Monzo and sent. And before I came back from that break, nomination was sitting pretty in my email.
Fantastic. Well, that's
Yeah,
really good.
it was that fast. And I've seen someone whose nomination took just 4 hours. So it depends on how they need that role. And
Yeah.
I've seen people who have been waiting there, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, but not likely going to be a nurse. Not likely going to be anyone in the construction industry. Not very, very likely. And if there are doctors that are able to pull this pathway, it's not easy for them. It's even easier for us. But if they can pull it, I'm sure they are not going to be sitting on the
Yeah.
nominations. I mean, on the expression of interest is without nomination. So it depends on what occupation they need at that point in time. And yeah, that's what's going to determine that. And if you're able to get enough points.
Okay.
Yeah, another question.
And then Don Sparrow
Does
said, are you a nurse or a midwife? Just asking since I heard you talking about something similar to the labor ward. So she's a nurse, Don Sparrow. She's a nurse. And the next question is, Mentor Shade, did you use the New Zealand route or with Australia straight away?
so I used the New Zealand route. Maybe we were one of those pioneers that started it. So because I could remember Oga Kweku got his registration,
Mm.
and I was the next person to get my registration next to him in 2021. So I've done this pathway, tete. I just dey drag
Wow.
my feet for the UK because I was targeting make I get that ILR. And the babies that I get for UK, make they get citizenship. So I had to wait it out to
Mm.
fill all those areas. But I used the New Zealand pathway, and some people are still able to use it, even with this CBT and
With the
OSCE they
change. Yeah.
introduced.
Yeah.
There are still people that they exempted from the OSCE and
And it's,
CBT. If
yeah.
people that have been in the UK for like 3 or 4 years practicing there and they
Mm.
have their first degrees, I've seen them being excluded from CBT and OSCE. The Australian straight pathway would be something that I would advocate if anyone is thinking of like coming, and they have not stayed in the UK for a while. If they are coming from Nigeria, it's a pathway that I would likely um encouraged, but I would have my reservations because Australia is usually not very generous with visitor visa, or is it
Mm,
visiting visa they call it. It may be tasking and is financially burdensome for people, someone coming from Nigeria. Even if you are in the UK, it's still
it's a
financially
lot of money.
burdensome.
Yeah.
Yeah, to pull anklet and to come around and ride Oski is a big, big deal. But if that's what you desire and you have the energy, you have the financial capability, please do it.
Okay.
It worth every drop. Wise, you are comfortable. Okay, it's messing now that is giving us that drift. Okay. So, like, this is a place where I've been working in emergency department and I've not called in sick because I was having joint pains. Okay, I had a day that I called in sick, and that would be last week Saturday, because I never understood the weather very well. I opened fan, I opened AC, I slept under the two. When they broke, then I was having headache. I was having one-sided headache because I've had too much of those things.
Mm,
So, but it's not because I was extremely stressed at work.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is a place that you can practice your clinical nursing and you still have the strength to do other things when you get up. To be factual, I know Messi was saying Australia is treating me well. There is this girl of mine that when I was in the UK before I came, she kept went on, come. And look at her. Maybe I don't see this girl twice, at least two times. They don't visit my house. I know how tiny she was. I know how dry she was, but this girl was shiny, shiny. And really, the first day I went to church, I was just like opening my mouth and looking at people's skin. You know, there are people that treat skins, you
Yeah.
understand? But there are some of us that hydrate to get our skin glowing
Yeah.
in a little way. Hydrate, well, however you like in the UK. You may not shine if you don't put extra. But here, drink your water, eat your food, walk around. You are shining, you are glowing. The weather is helping you. So you go to work, you come back, you still have the energy to go back again.
Yeah.
Because the workload is not, it's not killing. Maybe
It's
there
not
are
so.
places that will be more challenging than where I am, but I'm in emergency department. I can say it over and over again that it's one of the best areas I've worked so far, whether in Nigeria or in the UK. It's been great. We have days that are extremely busy. We have days we flex, even when you are busy. When you are busy, you have people to call on to if you cannot fix the work alone. We
Yeah.
have people on call that you just ring them, and within 3-4 minutes, they're already with you on the ward. So it's not like you are busy, you are crunching there. You are
Mm,
crushing there under the workload and nobody is going to help. You always have people to call on.
I
So
will
to
have
me, what every step of it,
totally.
please,
And and the man
Oh
said,
yeah, childcare. God bless you. Childcare is one mad, very mad area. Very, very mad area. I will tell you, since we came, we are in the regional area.
mm-hmm,
And I'm not sure whether it's like this in the cities, but personally, in the UK, we've been encouraged to look after our kids when we came originally to the United Kingdom. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling the pain too much. Uh, Childcare here is a big thing. But if you are on permanent residency, this is an area where someone who is coming on visa 482 may not find it easy
mm-hmm.
because childcare is really, really, really expensive. I have a sister that their child is already in care already. They pull them in for childcare. So by the time they pull out government, whatever government is subsidizing for them from their own, they will be paying like 250 Australian dollars per week.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's big. It's very big. And that's because it's already been subsidized. So if it's not subsidized, I mean now that I have two people to take to that place at once, you can now
But is it different for people who are on PR? So like people on visa 189 and 190, is it different for
It's
them?
because you're on PR that even when you have it cheaper, if you're on 482 now, you won't even have access to that subsidized one. So it's the subsidized one that I'm talking to you about already.
Wow. Okay. So people who have kids, they need to bear that in mind as well. That there is that
Cost,
yeah.
financial cost.
Mm-hmm.
But me, in the UK, the very day we brought our kids and our one of our pastor mommy saw us, then she just said, there's no point. And they've been in the UK. In fact, by then their kids were already in the uni,
Mm.
the two kids they had. So she said, no, there's no point taking your children to crèche or childcare or whatsoever. That see the amount of money they will take per hour is almost what
What
one
you
of you
are
will be
earning?
earning per hour. So
Yeah.
so with that in our mind, we don't take our kids out. Of course, there were times we felt okay, we needed the baby of the house then to mingle with people so that when she would resume school and we're taking, and believe me, they said they were subsidizing for us, we were still paying 7.22 pounds per hour. And I think the national wage there was 8 point something pounds per hour.
So it was
So
oh my god. Mm.
it it was equally expensive then. So here too, child is big, is a big
Mm.
one. You
I think
must you
now I was just going to say I think childcare everywhere in the Western world is going to be expensive.
so what we do was immediately we came, organized with my manager. uh, I'll be running social shift. And she's happy that I tried that. I finished trying that and I wanted to go to her. That I want to try another one. Now she told me already to present her what I want to try. So I don't finish the one I was trying. I was trying 3 nights and then 3 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But now I want to try Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let me do it that way. Because of the beauty things you swallow when you do weekend shift. Well, like
Mm.
when you work Saturday, you do 50%. When you work on Sunday, you do 75%. I normally don't work on day shifts on Sundays like that in the UK. Here, I've done one, I think one, because my worship time was to be evening of GCK. We worship at home and it's evening. So I
Okay.
felt, okay, I even want to see what's happening in all the different shifts. Let it not be
Mm.
that some things are happening differently.
My
And
God.
occasion warrants now that I have to be there by fire by force, and I will not know how to do those things. So I picked that morning shift because we were to have our worship service in the evening.
Mm.
And that was it. So childcare is expensive. And if you are now not on government support, you are not on 190, you are not on 189 or
And
491. It's quite financially tasking. It's
okay.
financially tasking.
And the man said is education free for kids.
Education in government schools free if you are happy for your kiddies to go to government schools. And I have friends whose kiddies are attending government schools. In fact, in the church, we were told one or two of my church members, my pastor, and others that have discussed that with me said the government education is the best. They have the best of teachers, they have the best of everything. But because most of us coming from Africa, we are culturally and more religiously inclined, or religion inclined. And there are things some people teach
Mm.
children that, or we don't want our kids to bring to be stained with some things. So some of us may choose private school as we desire. So my kids' private school, they are paying 2,000 Australian dollars, and the second person after that would pay 75%. If that's 100%, then the next child, so if you have two, the next one pays 75%, the third one pays 55%, and the fourth one pays 25%. So that's what they do. But there are schools that are as expensive as 5,000 per annum.
Oh, that is per annum, not per month.
Not per month.
Okay, okay, that's fine. And The man said, "Can you please talk about maternity and paternity leave?"
Hmm.
But before you say that, he also said your living room is really large, so that's really good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I've really not showed half of the room or anyway,
Exactly.
but
It looks
that's
really large.
thank you.
So can you please tell us about maternity and paternity leave? Is it as compared to the UK, or is it better, or is it less?
Hmm. So for someone that I know that they are on maternity or is it paternity leave, now that's an area I've not really explored very well, but I know that people are on maternity leave. Oh Jesus, is it because I'm not giving birth again?
I think I was seeing one video one time like that on YouTube. It was the one that Nurse Dale was doing with
Yeah.
UK Nigeria, and I think they were saying it's something similar to the UK, not entirely though, but there were like some comparisons that were made, and is better for people who are on the PR because you get paid and you get like some advantages as compared to someone who does not have a PR yet. So it might be something to do further
To
research on
explore.
if you are pregnant or if you are intending to get pregnant while you are in Australia. Do more research on that, and just so that you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed before giving birth in Australia and being paid as well. Um, the man was like, "Please, do you know about the driving in Australia?" I mean, Mentasha, they just got her driving license. She's so excited because she just got her driving
This
license.
just
Just
came
passed.
yesterday. My
Oh my god,
license.
that's really nice.
I've not even
Congratulations.
opened them,
Yeah, because
but I'm
I
sure they are
remember when
my
you
licenses.
I remember
I've
when you
not
were saying
opened them. I will do the honor of opening them for Mercy now. I thought I would do a video too. Yeah,
you should do
I'll do the
you
honor.
should do a revealing video on your channel as well.
Yeah, I will. But let it be that it's your channel that launched this now. No
Eh.
worry. So. Close your eyes. Close your
That's closed.
eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your
Oh, that's
eyes.
nice. Oh,
Open
that's
the-
really lovely. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Is it as difficult
Thank
as it
you
is to
very
get things?
much. Driver license, New South Wales, Australia. 18th
Mm,
is going to expire in 18th November 2034.
okay. Also,
Yeah.
that's 10 years then. 10 years. So
Yeah,
that's
I requested for the 10 years. It was just free. Was it for $10?
oh,
Or I think for $10.
okay. So did you have to do like the theory test and then the practical test as well, or
So in the UK, I failed to do my practice test or practical test. I
okay?
was afraid because of so many bad news, sad news around everywhere. And
A lot
because
of
the roads
a lot of people
were
feel it.
tiny, I was afraid of UK road. I drove on those roads, so but believe me, two times I bash people's car. I never get tickets. I know they do pass myself. But I know say the first time I scratch somebody's car at work, I was reversing. It no be big scratch o, because if that big scratch, I know say I go pay much damages. I paid
Yeah,
the person £240, but to them to repaint, press anywhere. It's the same.
it was just
My
it was
car paint touch their paint, then go do am. And because the person was nice, they did not want to even call police or whatsoever.
mm,
Second time, na one Zimbabwean lady I brush inside. If na man to man, I know man go just put hand inside oil, then go rub the thing go clear. But the lady say make I pay £125. But besides that, I no get wahala for UK. I dey drive. But I no fit. I passed my theory test. I was afraid to go to pass the practical test. I was afraid. There were so many bad histories around,
Mm.
so many sad stories, so many depressive stories, stories that can get you depression. And even if you get the license, you will even feel worthless driving. So I don't want headache.
Mm.
So when I came, you can do your test in diverse ways. When I went to service center, our service center is everywhere around in Australia. You go
Okay.
there, you do your DBS, stay there. You like your DBS that we will apply for and will be waiting for them. You just do it, and they give you immediately, and you go back home. And that's where you register for this driving license. You can register to train on how to fish, and there are so many things that you can do. So I did the test, driving knowledge test. I did it at home. You can sit down in the comfort of your home and do your test. And it's a longer process doing it that way. You can do your test in this test center, which you pay for, I think, $68 or $65 or whatsoever. But if you fail that test there in that test center, you have to come back and do it again. Then you will pay again. But
Okay.
if you are doing the test in your house, even if you pay 1,001 times, when you pass, you will only pay for one test. And
Okay.
even that single test you are paying for, it will be after you've passed your practical test. You will now pay it.
Well, that's good.
So yeah. So, but if you've gone to the center to use their facility to do the test, if you fail, you will pay for that test. And if you come back, if you fail, you will pay again. As many a time you are failing, you are coming back to write, you are going to be paying. So, but
Mm.
if you sit in your house and the person now, because gain shiftancy side title in failing the driving test knowledge, you will just pay once.
Oh, that's
So
good. That's good. That's good.
yeah. So I decided to do in the house. Is a long process, not a process someone is not kind of want to do, because you have to do training and to be doing answering some questions until you pass. They won't move you to the next level. So
Mm.
it's in stages. You do general knowledge things, you do symbols and signs, the one you see
Mm.
on the road, then you do
Yeah.
hazard perception.
Mm.
It was in stages, and I did it and I passed. In fact, the other person that came that just passed his test on Monday is not yet up to 1 month here. I'm
Okay.
telling you. I mean, it was just less than 3 weeks that they came around. They are
Okay.
just going to be they are going to be 3 weeks on Saturday, and they've passed their test on Monday.
So how about people who already have UK driving license? Can they
If
just
you have
come
your
back?
if you have the full license in the UK, they just convert it and
Okay.
they give you your full license.
So you don't need to
That's
do the whole process.
if you have your UK license and you are coming from Nigeria, and in that UK you've driven for like 3 years, and you are with your Niger license too, that shows that you've driven for a number of years, maybe altogether 5 years on
Mm.
those two licenses, then they will give you your full driving license in my state, New South Wales.
Okay. Okay.
So the assumption is for you to have driven that long, and for you to have been an adult, not a teenager, not someone who is
Mm.
18, 19, 20, 22. They believe there's a sense of responsibility in you
I
that
have.
want to be
Yeah.
conscious on the road. Australians are very cautious on the road,
Yeah.
and their police are crazy. If they catch you, the license is going. Here, UK will just find you. These guys,
Yeah.
they will find you, they will demerit. UK too, they demerit, but you will see what Australian people are demerit. Police will demerit person on license. You will be like, so you don't even want to play with that license. You don't want
Yeah.
to play with it. So they believe for you to have had that UK license, and maybe you've been driving for 2 years on it, and you've driven for about 3 years from your home country to 5 altogether. You should be a responsible adult. You
Yeah.
not now go and drink and drive.
Yeah.
Because they will do breath test for you to see have you drunk something. If you've done that, then you are getting demerits immediately, and you may be fined up to like 2,000 Australian dollars on the spot. You don't even want to joke with yourself.
No, no. Huh.
And they even send people to prison. They don't even, in fact, these guys, you don't even want their trouble.
Hmm.
So it is that, it was that easy for me, that I could not have. You see road, I see road, I don't say this one a done deal. See big road. I wish
Yeah.
I could go outside there. If my internet would carry so that you see big road. Don't worry, I will snap a road for you so that you join to anything you want. You stand at the end of the road like this, you are looking at the other end far, as in
Mm.
they have
Fire
a
station.
parking, a place you can park your car here, and on the other end, and you car still going and coming, you still have wide road. They have
Mm.
land and they are using it very well. So I had the confidence that I would pass with his God on my side. I was trained, I did training 3 times. It was $80 per hour. So I
Okay.
did 3 hours on 3 different days. So I paid 240 altogether for my training. But my brother that did his test and pass on Monday just did one single training with that man. But
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
he's been driving consistently. And so you'll be supported. They are very kind. They will help you. They will say, do this. And their test wasn't even as bad. In my state, you have 3 maneuvers to do. One is like constant that you will do. You
Mm.
park beside the curb, you do curbside parking, or that's constant. Then you either do 3-point turning or you do reverse parallel parking. And when you are doing reverse parallel,
I think it's the same everywhere.
yeah, when you are doing reverse parallel parking here, you are not parking between 2 cars. You are not parking inside any marked point. You
Oh.
are there will be a car that has been stationed for you. You go to the side of the car, do reverse parallel to the back, and they will tell you, make sure you don't touch the curb. You don't touch the curb. What they are very particular about, your attention to what is happening in your environment, the way
Yeah.
you use your trafficator, are you checking your head check, using shoulders, very important. In fact, that my brother, they said you should go and do his reverse parallel parking once again, because that lady said she did not see him to turn his
Turning
head.
his
And
head.
the time to turn, though, I said, I've seen it. They love these shoulders. Even Canada, so I use shoulders.
Yes,
So they want you
even
to.
in the UK, they'll tell you have to do like the 6 point. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We
Like you
don't
have to
do
be
that
turning.
wahala. No kill yourself. We don't do that wahala. What is compulsory here with us? We don't do 1, 2, 3. You'll be checking around like witchcraft and wizardry combined together. The major thing is where your pointer is going to, you must check that side. Other places you can check, is important, especially for you to know that nobody is beside you, but all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but where your pointer is going to, where, like, if you are reversing to this way and you pointed to the left, you must check and use shoulders for that side. And so to them, all those ones that I learned that in the UK, when you are driving, you have to be checking the mirror, and nobody we don't get that one. That one don't go with ticket. So driving test is quite easier and sweeter here for me to pass. As simple as it appears, I've seen people that said they wrote 6 times on the internet and they did not pass the practical test. But we will not carry that anointing come. So it was ease and steeze that we did it. And the person did not even trouble me when I was doing my 3 point, and I know that my point did not even turn three because I was like, a bit kidney man or kept me. Oh, the village people, we race lane. So I can't hear you. What's going on? You don't go and prepare for school. Mm. I'm checking it on sports. Okay. What's going on with Mercy? Oh no. My camera is on, but not to put is muted. Can you hear me? But I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on with your mic. I can't hear you. Can people in the house hear me? Please put in the chat box if you can hear me. Oh, Mercy couldn't hear me neither.
Check if your mic is off.
Oh, oh no. Maybe we go and come back.
Maybe something technical.
Can you hear me now? Can't hear you either. Can't hear you. Have you streamed your editing? No, I can't hear you. Everything's in. Hello, hello.
Maybe you should restart this.
Yeah.
Restart. Will you still log you back to the same?
I think